Welcome to Tune In Tuesday, the Patriettes podcast. This is Season 2, Episode 35. We live stream every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. right here from the America First warehouse in Long Island, New York. So good to be back with you, ladies. I missed you.
I missed you too. How was your trip?
It was amazing. It was a goodie.
We're jealous of your little mini vacation.
Yeah.
On your boat.
I recommend
If I went
it.
on vacation right now, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, it was hard to come back. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. But
no worries, no cares in the world. Just you and your husband on a boat.
Disconnected
Yeah.
from the world.
Yeah.
And
We all
everyone
need
needs
that.
to do that somehow. However you do it,
I-
everyone needs to disconnect
I did
from
that
the
this
world.
weekend. I kind of was away from the phone. I wasn't checking X. I just kind of a little bit here and there, but for the most part, I even debated whether I should go to work or not on Monday because it was going to be so busy. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do it.
For you.
For you.
Yeah. Andrew works really hard all the time.
Yeah.
I come into a stack
Until I call her. Until my best friend calls her with all her woes. I didn't leave her alone.
It's all right. I'll answer my phone for you anytime.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, we have a lot to talk about in segment one alone.
Yeah.
So
Yep, go ahead.
Rudy Giuliani's car accident. We just want to start off with that because he's a dear friend to the warehouse, to all of us here. We
Yep.
love him. He's a patriot like no other. But on the 30th, he was involved in a car accident up in Massachusetts. He was on the highway.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire,
Yep,
sorry.
that's okay.
He had just finished helping a domestic abuse
Victim.
and he got back in his car after helping this person, and they were hit from behind in his car, and he sustained some significant injuries. He has like a fractured vertebral thoracic vertebrae, and
Yep.
he's got some lacerations, and he injured his arm, but thankfully they're not life-threatening,
They're
and
not.
he is recovering like the warrior that he is
Yes.
at his age, so we wish him well and Godspeed.
Imagine 81 years old what this man's been through. It's
God bless you.
He's like
bless
Teflon.
you,
you
Rudy.
know?
He is the Teflon Don. You know my theory. I think the Patriots that come from New York have a grit like no other. I always say that.
Yeah, you're not
But
wrong.
I believe he was discharged from the hospital today, and they did say that he is in good spirits. And
I mean,
I guess
listen,
despite the injuries,
He's supposed to be here
he's
next
recovering.
week. Some of us think there's no way. Others think that he might come through because he's tough like that. So we shall see.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you notice behind us, can they do a camera shot of the paintings
Behind
both sides? We have Elena Rusova behind Ange, and we have am I opposite? And Scott
Yeah.
Libido.
No, yeah.
Elena Rusova behind Ange, and Scott Libido's painting of me of Rudy. Beautiful paintings of
Yeah,
him
I'll
that we
do
want
the
to.
Vanna White.
Yeah, right.
So, despite the horrific accident that Rudy got into, Rudy got really good news.
He did from
week,
President
right?
Trump.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was awesome. They said that he was going to be President Trump posted as President of the United States of America. I am pleased to announce that Rudy Giuliani, the greatest mayor in history of New York City, I'm going to say of the country,
America's mayor.
Yeah, and an equally great American patriot will receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom, our country's highest
Yes.
civilian honor. Details as to time and place will follow. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
I love that new
I love
ending.
when he does that.
I'm going to start writing that to everybody.
I've done
Tell my
that.
kids, clean your room.
I've
Thank you
done
for
that
your
in the-
attention
like,
to
a
this
lot in the
matter.
past.
I love
I've
that
done it
in
in
text.
business, but I'm going to start doing that to my kids.
Personally?
Everybody I send now, I'm going to be
great.
like, thank you for your attention to this matter.
I love it. Let's make our house great again.
Yeah.
Let's make your room great
I like
again.
it. I love that. Oh, don't get me started. I'll get on the bullhorn right now.
Awesome. Well, Shannon, you also put together a sweet little montage video. Do
I
we
did
have that?
of us with Rudy.
I love
they
that.
should have it the control room if they could.
Yeah, it's cut.
Pull it
It's
up.
cut two.
Oh, that outfit.
I didn't add music to it because I wanted to be able to talk over it.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
That was a
I mean, we've been very
Great
blessed,
day.
right?
How many days we've had with Rudy? And
So
how many
blessed.
Do you remember when
experiences.
Joe the Box was giving him the tour and he's like, and this is
This
the
Abraham Lincoln table. That's when I decided this was Willy Wonka's chocolate factory for Patriots. The doors opened from Joe's office, and out came Rudy Giuliani. We were blessed to
so
have a
great.
private meeting with him when he first came
Yes.
to the warehouse.
There's my
He's-
niece and Rudy.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Aw.
Yeah.
A little to talk about a little patriot.
Yep.
I know.
I had him sign my arm. That's really what Trump's going to sign it one day, though.
I have a signed flag
He
from him
signed my
from one of those
scarf.
nights.
Yep.
Oh,
You got
that's
a
at
scarf, right?
Bedminster. That's at
There's no
Queens
pictures of
Village.
Donna in there because she was on vacation.
That's
Yeah,
at the Dennison
without
building.
Wi-Fi out in the ocean on a boat. Sorry.
I was here. Oh, Rudy. I love him.
Yeah.
That one makes me feel, I love that one.
Yeah, that's a really good
You know
one.
why? I came in and he goes, he was so busy. He said, come in, sweetheart. Come tell, how's it going? Come sit with me. And I was like,
Oh.
okay. like,
You know, that
fan
night,
basing.
even that night that we had that event that he was here for, he was so great because then
He's personable.
He sat down with a whole bunch of people and just sat at a table we had set up and was just.
It's like
talking.
having grandpa, your
Yeah,
Italian
he's just
grandpa
a
around.
normal guy, you know. He's
And
just a
we've-
normal guy.
Yeah.
Been to dinner with him and Andrew, and it's like they're just like, I feel like they're just an extension of your Italian family, just so down to earth, and
Yeah.
I have so much admiration for him. It's,
Yeah.
I can't lie, I get starstruck still. Like, I just love him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love him.
reached out to Andrew today. Normally he responds right away. I haven't heard back from him, but I did let him know. Please send our love. We're thinking about Rudy, and
Yeah.
we're happy to hear that.
Oh my God,
he's
yeah.
recovering
And able to go home.
and able to go home.
And
That's,
I don't know-
That's very quick.
Yeah.
Right?
People
So-
realize the story too. Like, it's a crazy story. Do you know the story?
But
So he stopped to help a lady
Yeah.
that flagged him
Yeah.
down, and she said she was the victim of domestic abuse.
Yep.
But the truth of the matter was, for the audience that doesn't know, she was actually the abuser.
I didn't
and the
even know
man-
that.
and the
I didn't
man-
know where you were going with this.
Dun dun dun.
Oh yeah, and the man resurfaced all bloodied up and everything. She flagged Rudy down. I'll say just Rudy for now.
Do we know where you got this story? Or can
I
we
got
say?
it. I can't say, but
Okay.
I can tell you it's
Credible.
the truth.
I'm sure.
Wow.
So
Okay.
And there you have
and
it.
a lot of stuff is on
Wow.
record and off record, but yeah, what a crazy thing. You stop to help somebody, you see, and sometimes
she was the
she was the
abuser.
abuser. She was the one who caused the trouble. Yeah, isn't that wild?
Which
That is.
does happen.
It
Yeah,
does,
it does happen.
Wow.
Wouldn't have thunk it.
But you see a woman coming screaming for help. Of course, you
on
know
a
you're-
highway,
Yeah.
nonetheless.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it proves
Right.
she's psychotic and then the man, yeah. So that's really what ended up happening. Crazy.
Well,
that is crazy.
Other
So,
crazy things
yeah.
that happened last week was, very sadly, the Minneapolis Catholic school shooter, Robert Westman, he was identified as. It happened at the Annunciation Catholic School in Minneapolis. It was on Wednesday, and he opened fire at the windows of the church during a back-to-school mass, the first week of school for those kids. He himself died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, but 2 others are deceased and 17 people were injured. He attended both the church and the school,
school.
that it took place in. So
Yeah.
just devastating and
And
sad.
his mom,
mom.
had worked at the church.
did.
She was a secretary at the church and retired in 2021, I want to say.
You know, I blame her a little bit.
I do.
Well, I mean, it's you have to put the blame somewhere, right? Like, how did nobody see these signs,
Well,
right? And he
once you
blamed
start
her.
once you start signing off to change your children's, gender.
I did read somewhere, I don't know how true it is, that supposedly the mom was more conservative, which makes sense. She did work at this church, and supposedly she tried talking him out of transitioning, saying that, you'll regret this.
Yes,
and
I did read
the
that.
The father was more liberal. But the mom, I'm assuming still, last I knew, she hasn't spoke with the FBI.
She disappeared,
and
I
she
think.
lawyered up.
Yep.
Didn't she just? She disappeared.
Yep.
I mean, that alone. I don't know. I have a
But,
lot of feelings.
I mean,
but I'm,
you
God,
can't-
I'm not in that
you've
in her
Yeah,
shoes.
thank God you've never been in that position, right?
No,
So
no, and I wouldn't allow it to get to that position because I wouldn't be
I would never
supporting
allow my child
that.
to do this.
Me
or
neither.
Allow
It doesn't work in my
anybody.
house. Not until you're 18 at least.
Well,
Go ahead,
he
Anthony. Your
blamed her
birthday's
in
tomorrow.
his,
Let me know if you want to change your
journal.
gender.
In what is that when they leave the
The note.
The note.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the manifesto.
The manifesto.
Manifesto.
Thank you. Yes, he
He
blamed
was-
her.
Well, and he
said-
blamed himself. I'm sorry. He said, "I'm sorry. I brainwashed myself." I thought that was
Yes.
powerful
Yes.
to say that.
He said, let me just, this was a quote from his journal. Your words, mother, made me stay in my discomfort, unable to ask for help to avoid admitting defeat. You were right, mama, but the way you handled it led me to wanting to kill so many people. Which is sick and sad.
It's so sad.
disturbing and
Well, it's not his mom. It's
Well, listen.
How do you not recognize this? To get to that point in
Yeah.
your child's life, their behavior must be so erratic.
I mean,
not
it looks
normal.
erratic just looking at his picture. Her picture.
Did the
Maybe or
control
maybe
room,
not. I mean, like we've
pull
all
up the pics of him?
Like we've raised teens and kids going into their early 20s, and life can be difficult, and they can go through a lot of challenges and struggles and come out the other side just fine. Most kids who have struggles, mental illness, even extreme ones, don't land in that place. However, you do have to question, like, what kind of environment and support did he have
Was he
around
raised
him?
in?
Right, and that's a big question mark. And to have your father like cheerleading for you to go and do something like this, if that's indeed what the case was, is a little at this kind of age.
But
I
see,
don't understand it.
This is what I would like to know from the father, because statistically speaking, most parents that have kids like that are afraid they're going to commit suicide, and that's
Right.
why they
That's
support
why
them.
they
Well,
look-
guess
yeah.
what?
Right.
Well, did you see the father? You know about the father,
I don't know.
right?
I haven't seen
Alex
much about him.
Jones put it out. The father, you could, if
Where
the
do you
control
hear
room
this?
could pull up cuts 8 and 9. His name's James Westman, right? And he worked for a company, well, since 1996,
Ay, ay, ay.
which is 29 years. He worked for a company named Esri, which is a top contractor for the CIA and the DoD, as a senior application developer, which is really weird only because a lot of these cases somehow
Tie back.
Tie
to
back
back
to
to
the
a government
CIA.
three-letter agency.
Correct.
Yep. Yeah.
But then
There's-
what? Do you think the employee is just that naive and gullible, or do you think that they're really using these
Who
kids
the hell
as
knows?
as
But it's ironic
a
that a
spawn-
lot
a
of these
pawn?
situations tie back to some
Oh,
kind
definitely.
of government agency.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
because that's what they push. That's what they want.
It's extremely sad.
Well, they want this,
It's
by the way. There's an election coming, so now they can scream gun control.
Oh yeah, everybody always
Well,
runs.
that's
to
Every
the
4
guns,
years
but
there's a school
it's not
shooting.
the guns that kill people, but
No.
we do have to cut to a commercial break in a minute. And before we do, we want to show you in front of us Sugar Creek Goods. These are incredible natural products made from a small family-owned business based in Indiana. They produce quality all-natural soaps and sundries, and you can get TAFW for 15% off.
You can go right on our website.
Who broke the television? Can we laugh at that? Sounds to me.
As of this week, public gay sex will now be mandatory.
Am I the only one that could see his lips move?
Cheekbones, baby.
I'm sorry, maybe I overreacted.
Corporate transfer, fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
Hey, fellow Patriots, it's Cindy Gross here, host of Right for America from your favorite place, the America First Warehouse. You've seen me show on my show so many products from this country's #1 most patriotic manufacturer with close to 400 products. You need to exchange the products you use in your house to this company and make your dollars count in our country.
Freddie Rubino here at the America First Warehouse. I'm inviting you to the live taping of the Not So Newlywed Show. Just click on the QR code right above my shoulder and you can get tickets. Live taping of the Not So Newlywed Show. Drinks, snacks, it's a great time. We'll see you there October 18th.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the Patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
Welcome back to the Patriots podcast. We were just talking about this horrific event that occurred in Minneapolis, this shooting. We do want to remember and honor the people that have been lost.
The children.
The two innocent children, 8-year-old Fletcher Merkel and 10-year-old Harper Moisky. They were killed while praying in a church pew.
They're beautiful
We have
souls. Rest in
pictures of
peace.
them, I think,
This
cut
is just,
5.
it's so sad. It's just
It makes
so-
you scared to go anywhere.
Uh,
But people have to remember it's free will.
Yeah.
It is free will, and listen, there's no fear in the Lord. Things can happen to any of us at any moment, just while crossing the street. But
Right.
these are the kind of things when a parent sends their kid off
That's
to
what I'm
school
saying.
or to church,
especially
right?
there. Like, I would be more comfortable normally.
Right.
I don't know if you guys saw the video of Jen Psaki and a bunch of them saying, what
Praying
what good
doesn't
is
work.
prayer and
You disgusting human beings.
Yeah, disgusting. But you know what? What good is prayer? There were 2 innocent lives lost, but these 2 children were praying. So how do you know that those prayers that those children were praying at that
Oh, you're gonna
pew
get me choked up.
didn't save how
Other
many
children.
other children?
Yep.
That's
You
right.
have no idea.
That's right.
You don't know that.
And you know what? If you're going to get shot and killed, I'd like to be praying when I do
Praying
that.
on my knees,
Absolutely.
praying.
Yeah.
If that's how I have to go down.
Yep.
I
Did
mean,
the control room bring up the picture
that
of
just shows you how
Fletcher and
evil
Harper?
the left is.
That was
to even
cut
say that.
5. Cut 5.
Yeah, cut 5.
Oh,
yeah.
those beautiful faces. You know what? I said this the other day and I posted. I know it sounded harsh, but it makes me just feel grateful. Like, I don't have to worry about this at school anymore.
Yeah.
your
That's where your kids spend most of their
It's their
time. I don't have to worry about this nonsense.
Yeah, when you homeschool.
And I always say it, and I'm going to say it again. These happen in nice neighborhoods. It's not happening in the projects. That they have bigger things to worry about. Usually it's something in a nice neighborhood where it's quiet, and that's where the crazy kid comes in and shoots up the school. It's just statistically
and
what it is.
17 others injured. So they're injured, but they're still alive. There
and all
are-
of the trauma as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the PTSD
There
from all
are a
that.
few children that are still fighting for their lives.
Yes.
13-year-old, I want to say
Andre Gunther.
Andre
Andre? Okay.
Gunter and 12-year-old Sophia Forchas are fighting for their lives in the hospital. Sophia's mom, listen to this, is a pediatric critical nurse and was working in the hospital when her daughter was rushed
God.
and to the hospital, and it's the same hospital.
I can't
You know,
imagine. I
treated that.
cannot imagine being a nurse and seeing, or a doctor in a hospital and having your child.
Usually
fold
they
in
can't
an
handle
ambulance.
that. Usually you have to step away. You can
Oh,
do
you
that for everybody
absolutely
else,
have
but you
to.
can't do that for your own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
I
won't
don't
let you.
think
They
you're
won't let you.
allowed, right?
They won't let
But
you.
what I want to say is, like, what just happened in Texas with the camps and what happened to all the kids and what happened here, maybe this is a little personal, but I really think this is a wake-up call for everybody. You took God out of things for a long time.
Yes.
And the devil is a very strong person, being, entity, evil demon. And this is who he's going to come after first. I mean, this is the innocence. I think it's a time for everybody to start reflecting when they start saying, why is this happening to children? It's not that hard to figure out.
It's the root of Marxism.
It's the root. It is, and it's the root. Come after the innocent children. So this is a big. It's
And
Destroy
they're
the
coming
children.
after Catholics and
Of course,
Christians.
yes, they are.
That to the
Yes.
Cash Patel announced that this is they're
Thank you, that's
treating
right.
it, yep,
Like a
as
hate crime.
Yeah, domestic
Good, yes.
terrorism.
Domestic
Good.
terrorism
It's
and hate crime.
they need to set a
hate-filled
precedent.
ideology against Catholics and Christians.
Good.
Yeah. And it should be.
It should.
But I mean, you have to, there's so much to break down and unpack in this stuff because, I mean, somebody doesn't just wake up here overnight. Clearly, this kid had been struggling for years.
Yes.
And I mean, thank God we have Kennedy in as
Yes.
HHS secretary right now because
Yep.
he's addressing this stuff head on. He's calling things out. I mean, our kids have been loaded up. Never mind what's in their food; they've been loaded up with drugs
They have.
of every kind for
And-
so long. ADHD and anxiety and depression. And no one's saying that there isn't truly chemical
There
issues
is.
for some kids.
Yeah.
But like we're giving this stuff to our kids
But
like
here's
it's candy.
the thing. I got to tell you, my son, one of my kids was on these medications for ADHD. And someone said to me once, I hope they don't make him just like dazed out in the corner. I said, that's not what the medicine's supposed to do. It's supposed to balance out your chemicals. And I'm not going to say which kid. We went through 5 or 6 medications because after a certain time frame, 6 months or 12 months, if I felt it was altering him in a negative way or it wasn't working, I immediately stopped it and we revisited that again. And I just don't think that enough parents, like, you can't just give your kid a pill and be like, all right, you're good now. You
There's-
got to be. This is like it's an evolving.
There's labels on these psychotropic drugs that say suicidal
Yes.
thoughts, homicidal thoughts. Like, that's what we need to be
I used to
looking
pay
at.
attention for that. I was scared
All
shitless.
of these school shooters, all of these mass shooters, What
They're
kind of
all on drugs.
psychotropic drugs
Yep.
were they on currently or at some point in their life?
Yeah.
And that, thankfully, like to Donna's point, RFK is now opening
Yes.
an
Yes.
investigation to
Yeah.
find out what drugs this guy happened
Right.
to be on. And we did give the control room a video of it. If they could cue up cut. Oh, where's the cut?
7.
It's cut.
Cut. Huh,
I just
doesn't have
lost
the
it.
number.
It's 10, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
10.
Thank you. Somebody's addressing it.
I certainly consider mass shootings a health crisis, and we are doing for the first time real studies to find out what the etiology of that is. And we're looking for the first time at psychiatric drugs. You know, these kind of mass shooting, people have had guns in this country forever. When I was a kid, we had shooting clubs at our school. People, kids, my classmates, and other people would bring a .22 rifle with their guns to school and park it in
Yep.
the parking lot. Nobody was shooting. So there's never been a time in America, in the history of humanity, and people walked into a crowd, into a church or a movie theater or a school or a crowd of strangers and just started randomly shooting. It's happening in our country. It's not happening around the world. And there are many other
Why
countries
is that?
that have comparable levels of guns that we have in this country. We had comparable levels in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and people weren't doing that. Something changed, and it dramatically changed human behavior. And one of the culprits we need to examine is whether the fact that we are the most over-medicated nation in the world,
Yep.
and that a lot of those are psychiatric drugs that have black box warnings on them,
Yep.
that warn of suicidal and homicidal ideation. So we are doing those studies right now for the first time, and we will have an answer.
It's not just the drugs, though, guys.
No, it's not.
They're not getting access to sunlight. They're not. They're on
the
They're on
devices.
video games.
It's the
Whatever they're
food. Red,
spraying us
red
with.
dye used to make one of my brothers psychotic. The second
Yeah.
he drank
Yes.
it, to half an hour later, he was a demon. Sorry
The
if they're
fluoride
watching.
in the water, it's
It's all of it.
everything.
It
It's-
is.
And
it's been designed
Well-
to come after our children.
Yep.
And we talk about this a lot on our show, but there has been a very deliberate undermining of America. And before, Angie, you were saying like it's a classic sign of Marxism when you go after the children and you destroy the younger
The
generation
foundation.
and the foundation, which is the foundation of the future
Right.
of our country. I mean, the psyop on these kids from being little and attached to devices that I was watching something today. Your right side of your brain forms fully almost 0 to 3 years old. These kids are
Yeah.
being popped in front. Like I see kids, little toddlers
Yep.
with little bumper-proof iPads.
Yep.
Like what are we doing to our children?
Instead of
And then-
parenting them and playing with them
Right.
and being with them and teaching them, reading
it's
to
easier.
them,
Right.
you pop them in front of a TV or a video game and they become your babysitter.
But look at the
Look at what
ramifications
happens.
of it. The
Yep.
no sunlight,
Absolutely.
the inactivity.
Let them
the-
go
the
outside. Let them get in the
addiction.
mud. Let them get wet and dirty.
Yep.
Let them.
Well, I also think it
just-
doesn't help when you have a place like Minneapolis that has a governor like Tim Walz who
Oh,
wants
God.
to put
Tampons
tampons
in
in
the
boys'
bathroom.
Oh, I
bathrooms.
can't even.
When,
Or litter boxes in the school, or
Yeah,
the
right.
other crazy
you don't
nonsense
put
that we're
tampons in
doing.
boys' bathrooms. The boys that want to use tampons, you put them in mental institutions.
Or just playing
Yeah.
the false reality of this gender thing. Like
Right.
years ago, I used to be like, I don't care if you want to be a no.
Yeah.
As a full-fledged Christian, I know very clearly that
Yep.
God made two genders, and to me, it's a sin, and it's grossly abusive to let your children just decide they want to be something one day.
Right. And I do want to say, because I always go back to my nursing background and embryology, I've said this before, was one of my favorite graduate level courses and areas of study. And its development is such an intricate process, and any little thing that can go wrong in that process, like everything has to go right to have a healthy human. And you do see babies born with ambiguous genitalia and things being
Yeah.
off. And so that's large errors. Small errors might make your hormones, flattened, heightened in ways that a normal quote unquote
Yeah.
male or female aren't. But do you know what a tiny population percentage that could be?
Right.
So
It's
like,
not what you're
so,
seeing
so
now.
no, this is absolutely an undermining and a destruction
Yes.
of our youth
Yes.
through lies and
And-
telling them that there is no true north, there is no truth, there is no right or wrong. You can be or do anything that you feel. Science isn't real,
Right.
Like
And it's not just a am I saying it right?
Psychotropic.
It's not just that. It's besides that. It's gender.
yes, all the hormones.
It's all the
that's what it
hormones.
is. It's mental
it's
health mixed
plus-
with either a psychotropic drug
And an
a
underdeveloped
puberty
brain.
blocker, and now it's a recipe for disaster. It's literally
I truly believe
a cocktail.
you shouldn't be allowed to change your gender until your brain is fully developed at 25
which is after
years old.
25. After 25.
25 should be the age. Your brain should be 18, whatever. Okay, fine. But 25, when your brain is fully developed, is when you should be able to. I don't think you should be allowed to do it anyway. But okay, we live in a free country. Let your brain be fully developed first, at least. I mean, that seems like a gross, incompetent thing to do.
It's an abusive thing to do. It is a sick, abusive thing to do.
I heard something today. Like we consider trans. It's a mental illness. To me, it's
Now
a
I think it's a
No,
mental
it wasn't the
illness,
DSMO
okay?
when I was in nursing school.
Okay. Well, if you have a girl who's anorexic and she feels like she's fat and she wants to do something about being fat and she goes to a doctor and the doctor says, well, that's how you feel. Let's put you on Ozempic so that you feel better.
Which
Would you
happens-
do that? Would you do that with a
With someone
diagnosed
that's already
anorexic as a
90
mental
pounds?
illness
Well, there
child?
are people. We know somebody together that's done that. An adult.
It shouldn't be allowed. Like
But they've
something like that.
like
you
someone who's severely underweight.
crazy.
Well,
on
I mean,
Ozempic.
these kids are also seeing it out. In
but also
they're-
money talks. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Well, look at Hollywood.
Money will pay for anything.
We don't really have time to get to all that
And we're
because we have
gonna-
to go to commercial
yeah.
break soon. But I mean, the Hollywood is rampant with these
you know what?
people and
Before
their
we go to
kids.
commercial, I think we have time. Can the control room cue up cut 11 real quick? Because I just want to show everyone that the past few shootings, the Denver shooter, the Aberdeen shooter, the Nashville shooter, the Georgia shooter, the Philadelphia shooter, the Iowa shooter, the Uvalde shooter, the Colorado shooter, and the Minnesota shooter, all trans. So there's a pattern here,
Yeah.
and we need to fix it.
The Green Goblin
But
shooter.
We'll
we're
be
gonna-
right back
Yep.
from commercial break. Stay with us.
Corrupt judges, broken families, families torn apart. This isn't justice. If you've been wronged by the system, join us. Don't stand alone. Hi, I'm Gary Jacobs, President of Americans for Legal Reform. We're the oldest legal reform group in the United States. The justice system in the United States should be transparent, fair, and open to everybody and accessible. Unfortunately, many times that's not the case. At Americans for Legal Reform, we are here to help. Join the movement. Visit AmericansForLegalReform.com and help reform the system before it fails you.
Hi, my name is Elena Ruseva, aka Megalangela. Please check my art at www.megalangela.vip.
The America First Warehouse Ultra MAGA Store for all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Warehouse Ultra MAGA Store.
The Queens Village Republican Club is America's oldest Republican club, founded in 1875. Situated in President Trump's hometown in Queens, New York, we are America First MAGA Republicans, empowering fellow Republicans to get involved in the game of politics at the grassroots level. We host inspiring monthly club meetings on the first Thursday of each month at 8 p.m. For more information, please go to our website at www.qvgop.org.
It's Tuesday here at the America First Warehouse. I am Joe the Box.
And I'm John the Blanket. Freddie Rubino here with my podcast. That's what I'm talking about. Coming to you live from the most patriotic venue in the land.
Welcome to Right for America.
I'm James Justice. We got Stephen Ruth over here. What are we doing, Steve? Fighting!
Welcome to Tune In Tuesday of the Patriots podcast, live streaming every Tuesday night at 7:30.
Another edition of On the Right Side here, and you can catch us weekly, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.
And welcome to Liberty's Cage, where we rip the veil off America's broken justice system, prisons that crush spirits, and a society that shuns people who have paid their price.
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kevin Downey Jr. podcast. Be free, stay free.
Welcome to Suffocating in Suburbia with me, your host, Stevie GB.
Thank you, Angie.
Welcome back to the Patriots podcast. We want to jump right back in because there's a lot to talk about here, but back to the Minneapolis shooting and all of this trans and the mental health issues and the state that our country is in, all the people. So 2 years ago, on April 14th and 23, the head of the Minnesota Catholic Conference sent a letter to Governor Tim Walz there, warning him on the urgency of school safety and security for non-public schools. That plea to Walz went unheard and unanswered. The letter is still publicly available on the Minnesota Catholic Conference website. So as Shannon said, he's got blood on his hands too.
Yeah. He's got blood on his hands.
And, you know, if you want to just hear a little bit about what was in there, since 2020, non-public schools have been advocating to be part of Safe Schools program that provides funding to school districts for emergency response training, security upgrades, mental health services, and security resources. The legislation supported by our collective organizations provides state aid to school districts, intermediate school districts, charter schools, and non-public schools for this program. Unfortunately, this program currently does not cover non-public schools, charter schools, and intermediate school districts, as it is level-only program for school districts. An attack on any school, whether public, non-public, charter, or another school site, cannot be tolerated or allowed to happen in Minnesota. We want to make sure Minnesota is doing everything it can to ensure that all of our students are safe and secure. We ask you to include $50 million in the final education finance bill to allow non-public schools to apply for this funding. Lastly, we respectfully request a meeting with you to discuss the proposal and our ongoing concerns regarding safety and security in our schools. I mean,
It went on deaf ears. Deaf ears.
Yep.
That's.
I hope these parents, not that they're in that state right now, but I hope when
At some point.
they move through their grieving, the anger sparks a fight in them like never before.
Yeah.
Because
it's not
this is
even just Tim
unacceptable.
Walz.
Unacceptable.
It's was it the governor or the mayor that came out the other day saying, "Oh, you know, I'm disappointed that they're targeting the trans community."
Fry, I think his name is.
Nobody's targeting the trans community. We're
Targeting the
calling out
truth.
what's
Yeah.
happening.
That's
We're
right.
targeting the
It's
truth.
The truth, yeah.
Got a problem
God
with that?
forbid you call out the truth. It's
Somebody has to.
We're done. We're done with politically correctness. We're done with, censoring ourselves for others. We're
Yep.
done.
Yeah.
The truth is the truth, no matter how you want to color code it and how you want to squash it.
And it's
We're
not
done with
just
letting this happen.
the leaders, right? It's not leaders of our country that are putting tampons in boys' bathrooms.
I mean,
and that.
what are we always supposed to go
It's
burn down cities like they
Hollywood.
did and say a transgender kid's burn like
Kids look up to people. Unfortunately, they look up to people that are in Hollywood
Oh, yeah.
and are famous
They do.
and you got all of these celebrities.
These are their role models
that are coming out now that all have trans kids. Most of them, which is sad, they've adopted these kids and now
It seems like
turned
the more
them into-
high profile you are,
into trans kids.
It's right.
It's
It seems
trendy.
like
It's
very
trendy like
if
a
you're
bag or a
very,
shoe.
Very A-lister Hollywood elite.
It's
pedo.
disgusting.
It is.
It's
It is.
disgusting. Those children should be taken from you.
It's
But again,
Give
it's
the
all money.
controller
They're
of a
all
video
protected.
a clip of just a few. This is just a handful of celebrities.
Oh,
that
Shannon
have-
was
remember,
blowing up our phones.
Yeah.
She's like, I've
Yeah.
saved all of these things.
They're all MK Ultra though. That they're following marching
Yeah.
orders by doing
Yeah.
this.
Can the control room cue up cut 14 because some of them aren't even in there. But there's Robert De Niro's son
Shocker.
is now transitioned to a girl. Naomi Watts' son transitioned to a girl. Jamie Lee Curtis' son, and I believe that guy's adopted, right? Thomas, transitioned to Ruby. We got Dwayne Wade and his stepmother, Gabrielle Union's son, transitioned to Zaya. J-Lo and Mark Anthony's daughter, Emmy, prefers they, them pronouns and came out as non-binary. Ben Affleck and Jen Garner's daughter Serafina transitioned to Finn. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on.
And I remember I remember as far back
as well.
as Cher and Sonny Bono's daughter, Chastity, turned to Chaz. Yeah, that was years ago.
Yep.
Yes.
Years ago.
But now it's become like a fad.
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
it's like a new handbag
It's
in Hollywood.
bizarre.
Right.
I got a trans kid. You like my new trans kid?
I remember like 20 years ago, though, just being gay was becoming trendy in colleges.
Yeah.
I remember friends of mine saying that, like, it's almost like all these kids are experimenting, and it's like the thing to do.
It seemed like that, but no one was talking about all the vaccines they were starting to get that were making them like that. See, that's one thing people seem to forget here. As a baby, you're being pumped in now with
but it's
opposite
also
DNA.
society. It's society.
No, but that's how it starts. Though you have to remember they're messing up your DNA
Your
as a baby,
biological
and then as you get older and you get to puberty years, that's where society now puts an impact on.
Well, and all the
You're already
drugs in our water.
predisposed.
All the drugs in our water. If you're not doing filtered water,
And let's
seriously.
talk about the vaccines have aborted fetal.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I
tissue in
mean.
them.
That's what I'm saying.
So how
So
do
what
you
kind of
know
DNA
a
is
little
that?
boy's not getting a vaccine
he
that
is.
has female?
Oh, 100%. That's what I'm saying.
Right?
You're getting these vaccines as a baby. You're already altering the DNA already.
You have
it's in the
female
food.
aborted tissue,
Yes.
and you're shooting that into a little
Yes.
boy.
And then when you
From go.
We should question that.
and question not only that, but there have been studies that have been done that have connected the fact that children who are a large percentage of children who are diagnosed as autistic and on the spectrum have become trans.
Yep.
Of course.
Now, where does that connection come from? What are the common denominators? Vaccines.
It is. It's always a common
Vaccines.
denominator.
Well,
And then the
again,
societal
I think it's a
push
lot.
at
I think it's
such a
vaccines. I think it's I
When
think
you-
it's
when
our
you-
being
leaders. I think
desensitized
it's
by society.
Hollywood. I
Well,
think
when you put it all together, it just becomes a perfect storm of
it's
chaos
also
in
the
these
hormones
children's
in the
minds.
food. There's every single part of life is designed to hurt them in this.
But I did watch last night before I was going to bed. I was scrolling and I saw a video I came across, and I can't quote it exactly, and I don't even remember who was saying it. But he had said that if you were the devil, would you go and attack someone like Donna, who doesn't really? I mean, Donna doesn't matter, Or would you go after someone in Hollywood that has a big platform? And so now, like, the devil is attacking. Spiritually, the devil is attacking
Everyone.
this world, everyone in this world. But would you go
Using
after
people with huge platforms
Exactly.
and
It's
influence.
both. I think he'd come after someone like Donna, who's so Christian. I feel like the closer you get to God, the harder the devil,
Of
the enemy
course.
comes
Yep.
after you.
But I think the
yes,
point
to make
was-
an example to show it on a level like that, where everyone's all eyes on you.
platform.
Absolutely,
You have a huge platform.
Absolutely. And again, they make it look cool, and it desensitizes all the supporters and all the fans. So yeah, of course, it's all by design.
And there, and there's the whole other rabbit hole. Put your tin hats on. Like, how did some of these people become so famous and so wealthy? And what did they sell their souls?
It's MK Ultra in Hollywood, and I think they're all being programmed to do this.
Yeah.
It doesn't make, and it literally, you just saw the pictures. So those are some of the most elite, famous Hollywood actors and actresses. It's not hard to figure out once you see it.
It took over. It took over Hollywood. It took over sports. It took over big pharma. It took over,
You
the
can't even watch
medical
a
field.
halftime show. The music. We just saw the video at the event. Make Music Right. The music is atrocious.
Well, I mean, I don't even know how to do this, but I do want to talk about the phones in the schools.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really do.
I do.
because
I do
don't-
too, because
That's a topic for me. I'm an anti, and exactly what we just witnessed is
Right.
why that's why my kids would have been pulled out anyway.
Well, we're going to change course for a minute because we think, because of what took place
Yes,
last
thank
week,
you.
it's important to highlight what Kathy Hochul just did in New York by putting a ban on it's a bell to bell on smartphones, on tablets, on
smartwatches,
all the smart devices. Your individual smart devices.
And don't get me wrong, I don't think that kids should be on their phones while they're in school.
They shouldn't.
But
Absolutely
I don't
not.
think that it's Kathy Hochul's business.
It's not. First of all, it's my phone. I told this. I fought with my school for 2 years. My kids were getting suspended for this. Because you're not touching the phone. It's not your phone, so don't touch my phone. It's my phone. You can't tell me what my kid can have on them because you can take my kid's phone, but the next kid has an AR-15 in his backpack.
Yeah, well,
and guess what?
There's
when the gunman
indoctrination,
comes
right?
to the
You don't know if
or
a
my
school's
kid's under the pew
indoctrinating your kid.
because somebody comes in with a gun and I have Life 360 on, that could be my last lifeline. The last time I talk to my kid or to talk them off a ledge if a gunman's in the school. And how about a penis being in the bathroom with my daughter at school or a teacher indoctrinating my kid? And the school looked at me like I was crazy. I said, unless you can guarantee me that a gunman's not going to come into the school or there's not going to be a penis in the bathroom or locker room with my daughter or that one of your sick liberal teachers is going to try to indoctrinate my kid, you have no right to take the fucking phone and don't. And I'm sorry.
Yeah. Good for you.
I am
Well,
I am
you
a
should
staunch
feel
believer
that
that
way.
phone should be in school. If my kid's sitting and playing Tetris, I'm going to kick your ass. That's rude. You're in class.
Well,
Don't touch my kid's phone.
For me, with everything that happened last week, I thought it was important to bring up because it's something that I think, first of all, it's government overreach. Like I said, like
It is
who the
overreach.
hell are you
Absolutely.
to decide?
Leave that to school policy.
School policy.
Schools can make their own
parents,
policies.
Exactly.
Most schools have that policy.
Yeah.
They do.
And my daughter's teacher used to hold a yardstick up at the door, and there was a caddy. And this is another problem I didn't like about it. She would let you put it in the caddy, and then she'd put it up like I mean, how ridiculous, right? You're in high school, and you have like a crossing guard thing there. One girl said, I don't have my phone. I was punished. And the teacher was in her face like this, made the girl cry, went down to the principal, that to call her mom, and the mom said, I have her phone. She's punished. Like, it was like the mass
Yeah,
police.
that's too
You
much.
did your job. You asked me if I had it, and then my stupid, smart kids brought their old cell phone to school at one point.
Why? Because they weren't smartphones?
No, my kids are brilliant and stupid at the same time. They brought their old phone with them, put their old phone
Put
in
it
the
in the
caddy,
basket.
kept their regular phone on them, and then my brilliant daughter, sorry honey, forgot that she left the phone in the caddy, went to get out, walk out of class, took out her phone, and the teacher was like, gee, I'm saying her name, it doesn't matter now. And the gig was up.
That's funny.
But they tried to beat the system. So good for them, because we don't follow the government or
But
any rules.
You know what else really pissed me off? Because, so you're taking the cell phones away, but guess who can have the cell phones?
The
teachers.
No, the illegals that don't speak English because they need it to translate.
That's right.
Oh,
Yep.
get them.
Yeah.
Sorry,
That's
I shouldn't be.
right.
There's lots of reasons why we don't agree with
So
this
we could
overreach.
send
but
all the illegals into school with
Translators.
And not vaccinated, right.
Yep. And we could send them
Yeah,
in with
right.
their cell phones.
Oh, and then we could pay for them.
But
Yeah,
American
yeah.
citizen kids, nope.
Yeah,
You
okay.
guys
Sorry.
don't. You guys have to give
I do
vaccines
pull your
up the
kids,
ass.
empty the schools, empty the schools. One of the best things I ever did was pull my kids out of school in high school. 11th and 10th and 11th grade, they got pulled out.
yeah.
All right, I think we got
Pull them out.
Yeah, we got to cut to
right?
commercial, so.
We do. We'll see you we'll see you back in a couple of minutes. We have some guests coming on with us.
No, do we?
Do we?
No,
we don't.
Videos.
Join us for the
Liar.
Pro-America Go
Videos.
Tour event happening on Saturday, September 6th in Queens, New York. Brought to you by Go USA and Royal Blue Entertainment. This nonpartisan event is all about debates on your rights, the economy, borders, crime, and more, with lunch, dinner, and hot entertainment. Keynote by China expert Gordon Chang, and hear from New York City mayoral candidate Curtis Sliwa, Maud Marone for AG, and many others. Get your tickets at partiaevents.com. That's PARTEA events.com. Thank you.
Good morning. It's me, Joe the Box, wearing my Border 911 hat signed by Tom Holman, Rodney Scott, and Sarah Carter. The country has had enough. The American Horror Story is over. Border 911. Tom Holman is coming through. My brother's son, my friends' children. We're done with it. 100,000 lost lives every single year. God bless you, Tom.
Are you a musician, comedian, actor, filmmaker, or artist who stands for traditional American values? Do you believe in the preservation of our nation, our culture, and our freedoms? If you share our passion for America and want to use your talents to make a difference, we want to hear from you. Our mission is clear. Through the arts, we uphold the principles of freedom, faith, family, and the American spirit. It's time to step up to the mic and make your voices heard. So contact us at AmericanConservativeArtists.com. The Queens Village Republican Club is America's oldest Republican club, founded in 1875. Situated in President Trump's hometown in Queens, New York, we are America First MAGA Republicans, empowering fellow Republicans to get involved in the game of politics at the grassroots level. We host inspiring monthly club meetings on the first Thursday of each month at 8 p.m. For more information, please go to our website at www.qvgop.org.
America First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed, because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
Welcome back to the Patriots podcast. This is our last segment of the night, but I lied to you all.
And she doesn't lie.
No guests tonight.
I don't know. I'm fasting. I'm not firing on all
in your
cylinders.
defense, they were going to come on.
They were going
But because
to.
we wanted to focus on school, we ended up doing the videos instead.
Yeah, so
So
you
we
fill it in.
did. So you guys just saw in the commercial break John Paul Moran from Go USA. Some of us are going to his event this Saturday in Astoria. It's amazing. Please check it out. You can go back and scan it or take a screenshot of that flyer. But they're doing this great thing with candidates in an ops score, which we've talked about on past shows. So please check that out. If you're around in the tri-state area, come Saturday. Gordon Chang will be there and some great guest speakers. And there are great events coming up beyond that. So, yep, that's it there too. And guys, if you could bring that up on the screen, the Go USA asset, it's one of the announcements. They have it up there if they want to bring that up real quick, if they find that. And okay, so on Sunday, the 7th, so that's the 6th. They got up on the screen.
There we go.
All right, Sunday the 7th, the other flyer behind you is the New Blood Town Hall coming to you at the America First Warehouse with Anthony Constantino and our good friend DVS. This is going to be super cool. A bunch of candidates coming down. They're kind of vying for some campaign funds and some help with Sticker Mule. Come on down. It's free to come in. It's going to be awesome here on Sunday the 7th. On the 12th and 13th, there is an awesome event happening here, and you could check your emails in the next couple of days. Steve Bannon and the War Room with Peter Navarro are coming to the warehouse,
And
finally.
possibly Rudy, right?
And Rudy was slated to come. You know what? I'm not discounting him yet.
No.
I think he's a tough New York Patriot with grit and might actually show up. Rudy is slated to come. Some really other special guests might be coming. We're waiting to get them confirmed. Check our website and check your emails in the next day or two, because before you know it, you'll have an opportunity to purchase tickets to come to that great event.
I can't wait for that.
It's going to be amazing. But last but not least, we want to give our good friend Kevin Downey Jr. a shout out. He's on 103.9 radio, LI News Radio. Great Patriot. He's on every morning from 9 to 11. He's hysterical. He's a MAGA Patriot, and you will love him. We love you, Kev.
Yeah, for sure.
Did I see you guys went on a double date the other day?
We finally hung out. They live right by us. We went to this bar that's completely patriotic. That's why he texted me when they were there a few weeks before. They have a sign on the wall. It's in Hicksville. We are going to do a rally and end there soon.
That's cool.
Owner is on board to have a caravan end up at his bar. It's called Harmony Bar in Hicksville. Total Patriots. Everybody in the bar was a Patriot. It was like we were like one big family after the second or third shot. And even though Kevin and I are Irish and he was out drinking me a lot, I had a rally to host the next day. So I was a good girl. The three of them had a much harder, funner time than I did. Ernie, Justin, and Kevin. But yes, if you guys ever want to come hang out with us one day there, it's a lot of fun.
Nice.
So yeah, good stuff. So you can check out our website, www.theamericafirstwarehouse.com, for other upcoming events.
Yeah.
So thank you guys.
Yeah, of course. We do want to talk about Trump's executive order.
Yes.
He's been wanting to put an executive order on voting ID and mail-in voting. We love this.
Yeah.
Love this, especially in the great state of New York.
Yeah. Yeah, right?
We have been victims of...
So
That's what Steve Gillen's doing. I didn't even show the video.
I know. I figured we'd go into that next.
I went out of order.
So Trump put out a Truth Social post the other day. If somebody wants to read it while the control room queues up cut 15.
I'll read it.
Go ahead.
Voter ID must be a part of every single vote, no exceptions. I'll be doing an executive order to that end. Also, no mail-in voting, except for those that are very ill and the faraway military. Use paper ballots only.
Yes.
President DJT.
Yes. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
So the only problem I see with this is that I think, previously attempted to impose voter ID via an executive order earlier this year. And obviously a Clinton-appointed judge.
That's right.
struck it down. So I'm going to assume that they're obviously going to fight him on this.
I'm wondering-
these
I think it's a
judges that
tactic.
think that you know that they're
It's a tactic.
the leaders and have all the say, but I guess it goes back to the Supreme Court.
Well, I'm wondering if it's specifically for federal elections or state elections.
That's
I
different.
don't think he can. I don't believe, according to
No,
the
he probably
Constitution,
can't. So you know what he's
he
doing?
can't touch state elections.
So what is he doing, Ange? He's going to make the whole country say,
"We want
integral elections."
Well, the whole country has been saying
country
that.
wants
but
voter
yeah, but now
ID.
he's back here. He's home now, and now there's a lot, and he might unleash.
That's why what Steve is doing is so important, because
Right.
you need to do it within your state.
That's right.
It
Well,
has to be done within the states.
According to a poll from Gallup taken just before the 2024 elections, the poll found that 84% of U.S. adults were in favor of requiring voters to show ID, and 83% supported requiring proof of citizenship when registering for the first time. And this was apparently broken down by parties. 67% of Democrats are in favor of this.
Right.
So
This is a
here's the thing.
nonpartisan
I
or a
think people need to
bipartisan
understand,
issue.
2020 wasn't the only stolen election. This has
No.
been
Yeah.
going on for decades and decades and decades. They let each other win. It's all systematically done behind the scenes. And I always tell people, when I had to join my public pool in the town my family's lived in for 5 generations, I had to show 7 points of ID. 7, including my
pool.
kids' birth certificates, to join our public pool. So the fact that we're even here today is
it's
mind-numbing to me.
Ridiculous.
But if he can't do it, there's a reason why he's doing it this way, to show the flawed system and to show that only Democrat judges are striking this down. There's a whole method here.
Well, look at the way the National Guard issue and the crime in cities is being handled. It's the same scenario. If you would stop and think about how he does things, he has intention to every single thing he does.
Everything he does.
They're taking Washington D.C. That's the stomping ground. That's the beginning. Now it's like everybody wants the National Guard to come into their cities.
Except for, what's that, Pritzker? Is that his name? In Chicago?
Pritzker.
Meanwhile, they had a bloodbath.
Chicago's the
weekend.
worst.
Ugh,
it is the
disgusting.
filthiest, and it's all the most crime-ridden with guns, and they have the strictest gun laws. And oh gosh,
They
and
had-
it's the dirtiest politics for way before we
I
were
think they
born.
had 54 or 52 shootings this past
Over the
weekend.
weekend? I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
I don't
Who would
doubt
even want to live there or go there? I don't get it.
Liberals.
I don't get it.
Anywho, do we have the video of Steve?
We do, yeah. So to lead into that, you guys have seen Steve Gillen here from Project Civica before. They are working tirelessly around the clock for the Committeeman strategy, the SAVE Act, and the Common Sense contract for candidates. And they are going to D.C. next week to do this big initiative. All representatives from all 50 states have been collecting petitions to go see all the senators from all 50 states of this country. So if the control room can cue that up, it's 2 minutes, but please pay attention to this, folks. It's very important.
My name is Steve Gillen, and I am Director of Political Affairs for Project Civica. We have been coordinating a nationwide effort to pass the SAVE Act, which successfully passed the House of Representatives in the spring, but is currently sitting in the Senate. The SAVE Act is legislation that requires documentary proof of citizenship for all new voters in federal elections. It also mandates that State Board of Elections clean up their voter rolls and complete necessary maintenance, which is currently not happening. Additionally, the Act prevents automatic registration of non-citizens via the DMV or Public Assistance Program. It closes loopholes, including self-attested non-citizen registration and overseas registration without U.S. identification or residency. These issues are just a few of the many challenges in election system that must be addressed to ensure election integrity. There is a nationwide effort underway to gather signatures that will be delivered to Washington, D.C. on September 10th and placed on the Senator's desk. If you believe that only...
Video's over.
We were just okay. You talk about a real moment. Hold on, Steve. We love you for a second, but we're having hot flashes in here. Okay, I'm drinking espresso. We have menopause going on. Life hormones are real if you're real. I mean, we can experience it the real way. Anyway, I love that. I like real moments.
Yeah, caught
because that's relatable.
That's us.
That's us. This is us, guys.
Yes.
Uncensored.
I'm
Sorry,
hot,
I'm sorry
I'll
for my
fan you.
cursing
You're
outburst
hot.
earlier. I'm sure you know. I guess I'm partially in charge of the network, so I guess I'm allowed to say F if I want to. But Steve Gillen, what an amazing man. Great work. These guys, self-funded. Please, if you can donate to them even a little bit, because they are, I know for a fact Steve spent like 10 grand of his own money last year, because this is how dedicated they are. Shows up at all my rallies, comes here to the warehouse. I will help that man and Project Civica any way I can for what they're doing.
Did you sign yours? I signed.
Sign it before you go. Anyone who's here right now, make sure we sign before we go.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the thing is,
we have
this
till Friday.
is in everybody's best, and this is in everybody's best interest. Like, an
is.
executive order can only do so much,
Yeah.
and the people in power come and go and change. But like, this is something. Take
the
back your
people.
local control. We the people.
The people.
And that's what they do. Even with the committeeman strategy, everything brings it back to local. And like I always say, General Flynn.
We only have a minute and a half left, and I know we all want Donna to pray, but I did just want to mention Trump came out today, 2:00 today. He had a press conference just to say that Space Force will move its headquarters to Rocket City.
Keep your eyes on Space Force.
Huntsville, Alabama, and this was because originally they were doing this. They were moving it there, and Biden came in and decided to move it to Colorado, and apparently Huntsville, Alabama has been fighting for it, and the good news is they will be back in Huntsville, Alabama, and I believe the reason that they're doing this is because everything's already there.
Mark my words, Space Force will help save this world.
I think Space Force will also help
Space Force
with the
has
election.
it all.
Yeah.
It has it. Space Force has all the election, has all.
Nothing can stop what is
what's
coming.
All right, guys, we're going to get yelled at. We get yelled at.
We're not getting yelled at.
Over.
Heavenly Father, we come before you with such heaviness, really, in our hearts, because our world is so broken, and we've witnessed so much of that this last week again. We see it. We watch our society to seemingly be in decline, as so many stray from your word and your ways and from the truth. God, you laid the foundations of this earth and created all things seen and unseen. We pray against all powers and principalities, Lord, any darkness that tears down what you've lovingly made. We pray against the enemy of our souls. This world has twisted your creation and perpetuates lies, then pushes them upon our children. Lord, these lies directly impact mental health and all of our lives as lost people struggle to find their identity, and we know that that can only be found in you. Father God, we ask for your wisdom, for leaders, for each of us every day to navigate these troubled times. We pray for victims of every kind, no matter who they are and where they are. May your love shine in the dark places and truth bring healing. We also ask you stay with Rudy. In your name we pray.
Amen.
Amen.
And as always, keep your faith strong, your family close, and your freedom alive. God bless you guys. Check us out on Spotify and iHeartRadio.
9 p.m. Wednesdays.